Back. If you're joining us for the first time, this is the second part of the full day of talking about and listening to and discussing and reacting to music. This is part of my new initiative where I am streaming full-time Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, mostly talking about video game music. Wednesday mornings and Tuesday mornings could be for video game playing and talking about video game music from an emotional perspective, as always. Those hours, but in the evenings and the afternoons, I've realized that I've been prioritizing the Patreon on the Friday streams, but I've accidentally been neglecting the rest of the community. So this is essentially my way of combating that, and I will be streaming pretty much the rest of the month and that schedule, so another 3 weeks. And then depending on how it goes, maybe it'll be something we do forever, permanently. So in terms of an agenda for today, as you all filter in, take your time. The agenda is pretty straightforward. I want to tackle some of the ideas that I had on my own, but I wanted to tackle them with you here on stream. So the essential plan here is a topic or a theme. And I'd like to film 3 videos today, or talk about 3 different topics and ideas that will then be converted into a video. So the first one is going to be gacha game music. And I did have a big long list that unfortunately I rebooted my computer and it's not there. But that said, I would like to focus on the first, we're going to be going for 3 hours. We will be focusing first on gacha game music for about 30-40 minutes, probably about anywhere between 6 to 10 songs. The second video that I would like to film with you will be ranking main themes. So main themes that were not on the previous video. I'd like to do that with you live here right now. So that will be main themes. And then the final video for the day will be well, it'll either be the worst music of all time, or it will be scariest game music of all time. And those will be ranking videos without all the fancy editing and stuff, okay? So that's the sort of plan for today. I'll have you know that tomorrow morning, I will be starting my descent into madness, listening to as much of the music from 2024 as possible. 1 song, 2 songs, 3 songs. I really wanted to start taking stock of all the games that came out in 2024. There is something I'm sort of planning, this idea of creating a video game music awards ceremony. It's something I'm really playing with. I've started the process, and that requires a lot of work and a lot of effort to really listen to this music. Tomorrow evening, we will be listening to one of my Patreon supporters, Lenny, decided to throw a bunch of money, and we were going to be listening to a load of MapleStory soundtrack pieces tomorrow evening. So that will be the first of many to come, by the way, many to come, OST complete reactions. We'll listen to as much of MapleStory tomorrow as we can. Obviously, it's 1,000 tracks, so I will pick and choose kind of as I go. It's going to be really a sampler rather than a complete soundtrack listen, but that starts tomorrow. And then Friday, as always, is the usual Patreon live stream that you're always welcome to attend, even if you're not a patron, though those pieces get prioritized. So that's the main thing for today. Next week's theme will be something different. The goal is for me to slow down, to take a little bit less time to constantly be working, because I do constantly work. It's very unhealthy. Don't do it. So Mondays and Thursdays are my days off, and of course the weekend. So with that, let me just get squared away. And hey Zangy, I'm happy that you're there, but sorry that the internet is weird. So do me a favor and drop me some gacha game music. I'm going to include the Sunday battle theme because that's a Patreon request. I'm going to include Mythoclast from Girls Frontline. I'm going to include Weiss Adele's video from Arknights. Those are already pieces that I know I want to be doing. I'd like some Blue Archive. I'm also going to be including... Oh, fuck. What's that piece I listened to the other day? It's from Limbus Company. Oh, shoot. Hold on one second. Limbus Company... what was it? Hold on one second. You keep typing. I'll circle back and look. Limbus Company. It was really good. Oh, shit. What was it? Video games November. Oh yeah, it was. Was it Kanto 4? Bear with me as I. Yes, it was this one. Limbus Company number 4, Battle Theme 4. I'm looking for Path to Nowhere. I'm looking for really any gacha. Okay, End of the Summer from Sonic. That's funny. If you don't know what a gacha is, it's a game where you spend money for pulls. You know what I mean? It can be any track so long as it's from a gacha. Fate Grand Order, FGO, yes, that's a gacha. Time of Parting. The Rappa trailer is pretty good, but we'll see if I do both, because it's either that or Sunday. It's probably going to be Sunday because Rappa. Okay. Actually, yes. Reverse 1999 I'd like on there. Let's see what else he's throwing at me. Oops. Hang on, my other monitor just took a shit. Undertale Yellow is not a gacha. Yeah, Clarion Call from Nikkei I will do. Clarion Call, Nikkei. What are we missing? We're missing, so we've got Girls Frontline. No. We're doing like 3 different themes. I'm just starting with gacha right now. Battle Cats would be hilarious. Battle Cats. Blue Archive. Eclipse from Omyoji. Yeah, that's good. Midnight Trip. All right. Midnight Trip. Okay. Battle Cats, Battle Theme 1. Radiant Guilty Gear is not a gacha. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is not a gacha. I know DBZ Dokkan Battle does have some bangers, but I think that threads the line a little bit too hard with only gacha for this first part, and then we'll keep going on another. The video themes for this evening are gacha games, main themes, and either worst video game music ever made, part 4, or scary game music, part 5. No one's request. I mean, no one's paid for any requests so far. Main themes, like the themes that you hear on the main screen. I wanted to do some Grand Blue Fantasy as well. Grand Blue Fantasy. I think the main theme will be quite nice. I think 0 is too long. Okay, so I've got Honkai Star Rail. Girls Front, no, yeah, no, Girls Frontline, yes. Arc Knights, Limbus Company, that's the Kanto 4. Randomly Sonic, FGO, Time of Parting, Blue Archive, Midnight something, Battle Cats, Battle Theme 1, Midnight Eclipse, that's what it is. Clarion Call from Nikkei. Oh, yeah, and then I want Under Dimension from PGR. My mother's calling me. Hold on. Okay, guys. No, all three videos are separate. They're not related to each other. So right now we're just focusing on Gacha. Then I'll focus on main themes, and then I'll focus on scary games or worst video game music of all time. Okay. All right. I think I'm all set. I have a very nice list here. Let's get started. This is essentially a traditional video that you would see on the channel, but it will be a live stream first, and then we will edit it down into a video. It's a video I've been meaning to make for a long time. I know that everyone's relationship to gacha games is different. I happen to think that a lot of gacha games have really phenomenal music, and while I know that they can be a little messy, extremely messy, I think it's also important to, I think it's worth at least listening to the music of gacha games, because I think that they can be really problematic, really messy, really shitty. And not all gacha games are created equal as well. Obviously, it can be a real problem. No one would deny that, and if they do, I don't think that that's really Mythoclass, Girls Frontline. My relationship with gacha games has changed and morphed a lot over the years. I got introduced to them when I first started the channel, and I still have an appreciation for them, but I also recognize how damaging they can be, how low-hanging fruit they can be. But having spoken to, quite a bit of composers from gacha games, the composition for these is just as meaningful as anything else. And I think that you can be morally opposed to them, and realistically, you should be morally opposed to them. But they can still provide value and make a lot of people happy, which is ultimately the point, I think, of video games on the whole. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, this one. Okay. I'm just getting everything down. Grand Blue Fantasy, main theme. Appreciate you being here. This is obviously a new venture for me to be doing full-time streaming and not filming when I'm not working. But having you here to listen to music together. Hey, Huger, yeah. So Sonic Runners is a gacha game? Citus, I would consider. Citus is not a gacha. Well, is it a gacha? All right, we got some Sonic Runners, FGO, Time of Parting. Perfect, 4 minutes. FGO. the time of parting hath come, right? Blue Archive. I feel like this is a pretty representative list of what we get when we look at Gacha. Midnight Eclipse. Midnight Trip, sorry. Midnight Trip is here, yeah. I've liked my Blue Archive stuff I've listened to. Okay, I think I have everything I want. Olympus Company, FGO, Wisadel, Under Dimension. How many is that? Hello! Gacha music's first. Then we'll circle back to main themes. I haven't heard any music from Nikkei's second anniversary. Hey, Dom, what's up, buddy? We'll also be doing, just so you know, we'll also be doing, oh, hey, Remnant. I appreciate that. Millie, I'm just going to keep avoiding Millie just because they make my life complicated with copyright claims, but thank you for that. Appreciate that a lot. All right. Let me just change the title so it's clear what we're doing. Filming videos. Gacha, main themes, scary games, or worst music. All right. Okay, cool. All right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, but I don't think they're too crazy in terms of their volume, their size. So we'll take it. All right. Come on over to Twitch. All right. Let me just crack open my Coke. Oh, and I need my Honkai Star Rail. Öd und leer das Meer. That's from Honkai Star Rail. Star Rail. I actually don't know this, so I'll be curious to hear that. All right. I'll save Sunday for another time. Okay. We did, but I actually realized that I'm doing that for a birthday present for a patron, so that will actually not be on this video. All right, let's get started. Are you ready, chat? Hi, Luce. Hell yeah. I said, are you ready? Are you? All right, I'm happy to have you here as we get ready to dive in. I'm so ready. All right, this will be sort of messy for you, okay? So just be prepared that it's not like it's not polished, but I know that you want the real shit. You want the real shit anyway. Hey everybody, welcome in. I'm really excited because today we're going to be listening to gacha music. Gacha music has taken the world by storm. Regardless of what you think about mobile games or gacha games in general, which all of your opinions and thoughts and feelings about gacha music are valid, or gacha games are valid, I have to admit, gacha music is very good. I guess all the whale's money has to go somewhere, doesn't it? So today we're going to be checking out. Wait, what the fuck? Who did that? Joel, I can't even see. Why you gotta ruin my intro, Joel? It's in the middle of my intro. Thank you for those 20 memberships, Joel. Thank you. Okay, let's get. I gotta get focused. Fuck. I gotta reset. Something about gacha music takes the... Anyway, let's check out a bunch of awesome gacha game music and have a great time. First up is First up is Under Dimension from Punishing Gray Raven. Punishing Gray Raven is actually one of the reasons I fell in love with EDM music, and I love sharing Under Dimension with people. I love sharing PGR's music with people, and Under Dimension is so satisfying to listen to. But just amazing stuff out of Vanguard Sound Studio. Let's check it out and talk a little bit about it, shall we? Here we go. I love the way that this starts, because it starts pretty chill, pretty like, what's going on, kind of slow. We have a little bit of forward momentum in the lower strings, and in the piano, I should say, and then we just dive in. The piano mixed with the violin is just such a wonderful, wonderful sense of almost like realization or discovery, which is really satisfying. We have some really nice arpeggiation in the piano. Lower notes in the strings. We kind of set ourselves up here for when the beat starts to take over. These are just like chords, you know, pretty slow, pretty... And then we slow down, almost to nothing, and then we click in. Ta. It's just so good. Does strings cause a sense of tension a little bit? Forward momentum in that rhythm, right? A little bit of dissonance in there. Big difference from the piano into this, right? Super different. We reset into a new idea. I mean, that's like such a slight melody on the very top, but it's just wonderful. Da, 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 da. Very basic melody. And yet it feels like we're fighting against, you know, fighting against ourselves, trying to conquer the world, whatever, you know what I mean? And then we reset again. Now it's just the upper right hand. Now that's the melody line that we heard earlier, but it was stretched out. Now we're moving faster. It's basically just an arpeggiation, and then we wind up again. Click into a new idea. Love the single vocal. This is very common in Vanguard Sound's music on the back half of their stuff. Beautiful, just vowels. Humming thing. Humming is so powerful. Vowels are so powerful. Then we repeat back to that spinning idea that we heard earlier. We reset this. Now that's actually a slow build right here. Here comes the best part. Here comes the best part. Here comes the best part. And then that nice fade away. I mean, Under Dimension is easily one of my most favorite of the Punishing Gray Raven soundtrack. I think it's so. I don't want to even say it's empowering, but it just hits you right in the face, and it's so wonderfully satisfying and a terrific build into this. It just leaves you like, I don't know, it feels just so raw and so soulful, especially that gorgeous drop there with that EDM. And it's just so incredibly satisfying to listen to and really, really, really impressive. And I think like it's that concept and that style of music is what makes, I think, Punishing Gray Raven so exceptional. Story's great too, of course. And it has its moments just like any other gacha game. But Punishing Gray Raven, the soundscape that Punishing Gray Raven has is really, really exceptional and powerful. All of the tracks that are in this game are just, I am a simp for Punishing Gray Raven. Next up is something very different though. Next up is something from Onmyoji. And most people don't know about Onmyoji, including me. In fact, I don't remember what Onmyoji is even about. I have had played the Onmyoji card game, and I'm not sure that's related. But this is going to be the theme song Eclipse. Hold on, let me bust this out. This is Enma's full-length theme song Eclipse Dan Shui Onmyoji RPG. Let's check this out together, shall we? I mean, I think music in general, but I think gacha games in general have such the variety on display is so fascinating to me as a person who loves music and especially loves video game music. Now, was that a simple piece? Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be simple. It's supposed to have the lyrics be front and center. That was nice because it wasn't overly syllabic. That was nice because it felt very like a ballad. It felt very honest. There was a purity in that sound. And that's wonderful. You know, we don't always need to be always like bombastic, and not every piece needs to like punch you in the face and be like, "What? Wake up, bitch!" You know, like it's nice to have some moments of peacefulness and some moments of quiet. And I think vocal ballads are really wonderful. And if you think about it, I mean, like what's on the radio today? Mostly vocal ballads or vocal something. So like it's so cool to me that these composers exist that are writing for these games that many people are not playing. Now, we know that these games generate millions upon millions and millions of dollars in revenue every month. Just ask anybody who was hoping that Wuthering Waves is dying. And one of the really cool things is that there are really talented musicians working on these pieces. And I think it's great. And they should be showcased. They should be highlighted, you know? let's check out. Oh God, what is this Limbus Company song I wanted to check out? Hold on one second, guys. I need to find it. Was it in my? Bear with me. I'm sorry. Ta-da. I heard it and I was blown away by it, and I really wanted to. Talk about it. Oh, that's way too far back. Where the fuck is it in? Be patient, guys. Sorry about that. Where the fuck was it? It's gonna annoy me so much. Was it in? Where are you? Oh my God, how many messages are in this Patreon chat? No offense. This is gonna annoy me. It's gonna annoy me so bad. Limbus. You know what? I think it was the Barber's theme. Oh, no. Yeah, it was the Barber's theme. Well, it may not have been, but that's the one I'm going to do, I think. Yes, Sankra, thank you. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's the Barber's theme. Yep. Kanto. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I was right then. It is the one. There was another one I heard, though, that like blew me away. Because there's three. There's three really good ones. There's Barber's theme. There's... What's the other one? The Time Ripper? Time Ripper? Time Killer? Sorry, guys. This is going to really annoy me if I don't... Was it this one? No, wasn't that one. Yeah, we'll just go with Barber's theme. Okay. All right, let's do Barber. Kanto 5, 6, 7. Boss Battle Theme 1. Kanto 7, Boss Battle Theme. Kanto 5. Okay. Kanto 5, 6, 7, Boss Battle Theme 1. All right. This is Sancho's theme. No, it wasn't this one. I want to listen to that one. Sorry. Let's listen to that one. Okay. Let's see. Sancho's theme. Yes, we'll go with this. One fan base that will never stop talking about their favorite gacha game is the Limbus Company gacha game fans. And I don't know anything about... I've tried to play Limbus Company. I don't get it. I respect you. I got no problem with you liking it. I don't know what's going on. I've tried so hard to like this stuff. It's over my head. I don't know what it is. But I've heard some really cool music, and obviously Millie also works with the Limbus Company, and Millie has amazing music. But I also really like the music that the in-house sound team is creating. I believe this is one, unless it's Millie, but I don't think it is. This is Sancho's theme from Limbus Company, Kanto 5, 6, 7, Boss Battle Theme 4. Here we go. Love the vocals. That's crazy. Give me that Spanish guitar, baby. Where is it? Whoa, that's all over the place. Wow. Ah, no. Oops. What's that key change? Triple. Yeah, holy hell. The one thing that was, so what I liked about that, I really appreciated how that music was so bombastically wild. When I first heard like 10 seconds of it, I was like, ooh, chorus, ooh, operatic sound. Really, I dig that. What I would say is one of my complaints about Limbus Company's music at times is that it really is constantly at a very loud volume. It is constantly one dynamic. And that particular song was another example of that. I would have liked to have seen more of that flamenco Spanish guitar come in, have a little bit of a melodic solo in there, pull back on some of the bombast, pull back on some of the heavy orchestration. Now, that being said, I think it does a great job of showcasing, like, a back against the wall, real stressful circumstance. Now, of course, it's a boss battle theme, so naturally you're going to have that. But there is some room in there, I think, as the composers continue to work on their music, to have some ebb and flow. Because when something is one dynamic volume, what ends up happening is we start to sort of tune out. And that unfortunately happened to me about halfway through. It's almost a 4-minute song. And so there are parts of that I was like, oh God, okay. But I will say that there was a middle section there with a really, really predominant doubling melody that was really, really lovely and set home the idea of like chance, of possibility, of like doing something and really doubling down on it and getting it done. So I did hear that. And don't get me wrong. I mean, it was pleasant to listen to, but I think with a little bit of micro adjustments in terms of volume, in terms of dynamic presentation, I think it would have landed much better. Also, really, really cool to hear singers. Now, I know this is assuming this is all like VST work and not actual singers, but it would be crazy to hear that with real singers because of where it sits in the range. There's also a section where it goes up even higher, and that just like smacks you right in the face. I know I mentioned that earlier about Punishing Gray Raven, and it's similar here, where because we have that upper register singing and that switch into the higher register in changing of key near the end, you really get this forward momentum that like never stops, and it's really powerful to hear that through human voice. And even if it is the samples, human voice is really effective, I think, sometimes much more so than with instrumentation. So it was cool, and it was also really cool at the beginning to hear some soprano in there as well. It wasn't my favorite piece, no, by no stretch of the imagination, but it does make me intrigued to listen to more Limbus Company because clearly there's a lot of passion put into that music, and for that, it was really fun to check out. Let me take a water break. Sorry, Limbus Company fans. Don't yell at me. Hey, James. I didn't say I hated it. Also, my joke about Wuthering Waves earlier was just a joke because there are people in certain fandoms that think that Wuthering Waves is dying, and it just makes me laugh. That's a meme. They say, oh, dead game. So I was just feeding into that meme. Hi, Longbeak. How you doing? Hope you're having a good time, everybody, okay? I certainly am. It's definitely really exciting to be doing this live and hopefully providing you as much value as I can. No, Kowalski. No one actually thinks Punishing Gray Raven is dying. I haven't been keeping up with Notlund's music at all. All right, so Ace Ventura the game. Thank you so much. All right, let's move on to... No, I didn't finish my can of Coke. Oh, Kamelia's banner on Thursday is going to print buku bucks. It's funny. All right, let's check out... Let's go over to Battle Cats because I think it's ridiculous that this game exists. Let's check out Battle Theme number 1 from Battle Cats. I don't remember if I've done this before or checked it out, but... Oh. I have heard this before. Why is it a polka? It's a polka. Oh boy. Love the mallet. What is that? Marimba? It sounds like a what a fun timbre to that. Listen, It just goes to show that there's music for everything. There's music for everything. And was that piece mind blowing? No. Was that piece wonderful and peppy and playful? Yeah, 1,000,000%. You don't need to listen to some random YouTuber talk about that. You know exactly what that sounds like. That's the power of active listening, baby. That's the power of just listening and being like, oh, I know exactly what that's supposed to sound like, because it literally is exactly what it sounds like. There's no, like, not every piece needs to be like this deep analytical thing. Like, sometimes it's freaking ridiculous. It's just fun to listen to something like that and just be like, oh yeah, this is silly. This is playful. This is a bright sunny day, or watching your dog eat a piece of chicken and then throw it up right after. You know what I mean? Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. All that to say, like, there's abounding energy in that, and it's really, really welcoming and really inviting, and that's really, really fun. Oh boy, that was a meme pick. Oh. And also listen, if we don't get to, you know, there's so much gacha music, so it's not like we're not going to ever do part 2. Well, in order to get to part 2, you have to watch part 1. So when this goes live, you need to click on that. You need to like, you need to subscribe. You need to share it with every subreddit that I know you're on. I need you to like, you know, just teasing. All right, cool. So let me just see where we're at. So we did those. Okay, we did that. This one's a bit longer, but I really wanted to watch this in celebration of one of my favorite Arknights characters. But I don't think it's actually going to make sense for the video. Oh, it's such a good animation. I've heard really good things, but I just don't know. 15 minutes is too long. I can't do it. It's not fair. Let's listen. What's the song I'm in? Wait, Arknights. Wait, I'm in a song. This is the perfect video to do it for. Arknights. Shit. Chat. What's the name of that song that I'm in? What's the name I'm in? What's the name I'm in? Unmask. Thank you. I'm in that one. Oh yeah, here it is. Let me just make sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'm in this song. That's super funny. Arknights is a game that I have been low-key really into for the last year. I don't always play it, but when I do, I'm always very happy. It's probably one of the few gacha games where I've actually built my characters. And I also play extremely meta because I want the game to be as easy as possible. They provide very cool operators, and it's the only tower defense game I've ever truly enjoyed, if any. So I'm really happy because one of the composers, Adam Gubman, actually asked me to be on a song, and so I'm going to selfishly share it with you on a gacha game video because, well, this is the perfect place to talk about it. Here's Unmask. It's a song about Lapland, the Decadenza, Portatori dei Veluti theme. Let's check it out. Love how we chose to, with this Italian theme, to go with accordion, and then here's me. Really nice. It adds just a little bit of, like, you know, class. Love the bite on this singer. As I go in control, listen close. Again, we get that mandolin in there. It's so satisfying. Very musical theater like. Reminds me of Chicago, the musical, quite a bit. A little bit of like punky. And the thing, let me just pause really quickly to just indicate that, like, you know, Lapland as a character is really complex because Lapland's really hard to pin down. Lapland's a little crazy. And I think that this song does a great job of showcasing Lapland's characterization. It does a great job of showing us that Lapland is really marching to the beat of her own drum. Lapland just does whatever Lapland wants to do. She's very odd because she's essentially a Joker character. She is, you know, the Arcanite's version of the Joker in a way. And there's chaos everywhere she turns. She's also a perpetuator of the chaos. And so this theme does a really great job of presenting her as a competent and I don't want to say valuable, but a competent and focused character who, even though she does whatever and she's kind of unreliable, she doesn't hesitate to live life the way that she wants to live it for herself. And I find that to be really interesting musically as well. Let's keep going.
Monkey see, monkey do. Come on, monkey, break your mask, control the real you. Disruption, modern and corruption. Come on, monkey, break your mask, see the real you.
This was the theme I sang earlier in the piece. Nice doubling there.
What do you think you're gonna do? Follow a dead end road while I expose the truth. I'm no savage, you're just savage. I know that the truth's a lot to ask. I'm gonna rip off that mask.
Key change.
Inside out, what do you think you're gonna do? Follow a dead end.
She's screaming. I mean, it's fascinating. Oh, that's your guitar in the background, showcasing that. Oh, it's great stuff. It's not typically a piece of music that I would necessarily be crazy about, but the way that it's structured is just so fun, and it really, really has that musical theater vibe to it. But also, I think you can really hear the willingness to just like let it come, you know, like let bygones be bygones. And I love it. I love the way that this singer just says, I want to rip off that mask. And it's so enunciated and so in your face. And that's really Lapland as a character. It's great. All right. Next up is something completely different. Grand Blue Fantasy. In 2024, I played Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, and it was one of my favorite games of the year, actually. So much to like about this series, so much to enjoy. You know, I think it's such a wonderful thing that happened this year with these gacha game companies that then went on to make, you know, massively successful single player or multiplayer experiences. We had that with Shift Up with Stellar Blade, and we had it, of course, with what the hell is this game company? Shit. With Psy Games. Hold on. Psy Games. Yeah, Psy Grand Blue. Psy Games. And we had that with Psy Games with Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. And what's also really cool for me as a huge Final Fantasy fan, and I don't know if you out there watching this are a Final Fantasy fan, but Grand Blue Fantasy was composed in part by Nobuo Uematsu. And I really love the main theme from the gacha game, which I think is also the main theme of Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Let's check it out, shall we? So pulled back. The flute being the main motivic driver there. Now we're sailing the seas, we're sailing the skies, we're in adventure mode. Now there's the main theme. That really strong beat emphasis there in the orchestra with that gorgeous trumpet on top. That's so beautiful. It was so warm, you know, so bright. The doubling really does that. Also going up like that and resolving down. Nice little accent there with that. Repeating that little motif there. Oh my goodness. And it's lovely, and it has such a classical ending. I mean, it's a terrific little piece, you know. It's so warm, it's so welcoming, it's so inviting. It's so especially the first, it's so deceptive how gentle that first couple minutes is. The first couple minutes makes it feel like, oh, okay, what's happening here? What's going on with the flute? Why is it so oh, I'm a little bit bored. Maybe I should fast forward a little bit. And then wham, you thrust in the face with this wonderful momentum with the rhythm. And then you get that gorgeous trumpet melody. And then it goes on a little bit of a journey of its own, just as we are going on that journey. And it's a delight. I mean, it's a delight. And the whole thing is just so orchestral. And obviously then that has expanded to a bunch of really cool songs like Zero, for Grand Blue Fantasy verses. I think there's a Prettiest Little Alchemist, and there's a Morning Light Hymnist. I mean, there's so many great pieces of music from Grand Blue. I almost want to download this and replay it because it's such a good game. And Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, the non-gacha version of this game, was a delight, and it was really cool to see them take the money that they've earned from the gacha and really produce a high quality product that I think a lot of people were really happy with. Now, I think it came out much earlier in 2024, so unfortunately with some recency bias, I don't think it will get any of the recognition that it really deserves. I also don't know if they're still supporting it, but I have to say that this was one of the first games of 2024 that I played that I really locked into and really enjoyed, and I was so pleased that I played this year in 2024. So if you haven't checked it out yet, I really do recommend it wholeheartedly. It's really, really fun. Okay, we are almost done with this gacha video. There's, let's see. Oops. There is, more songs. There's more songs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I may have to cut one. All right, well, I'll figure that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Maybe I can do 6. And I've already filmed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 4, 5. Yeah, so 11 pieces. Well, that's a hearty video, so. Yeah, my videos have become 45 minutes. I can't escape it. I feel like if a video is 5 songs, that's like too little to be like, I listen to the greatest gacha game music or whatever. But if it's too much, hey, see you, Rita. If it's not enough, then I feel like it loses some of the. So it's cool. Sonic Runners was a game that I didn't know existed until I went to film this video live, and someone said Sonic Runners is a gacha game. And if you don't know this about me, I've recently started my Sonic education on its music and its gameplay. And so, of course, I'm going to listen to End of the Summer from Sonic Runners. Let's check it out. I'm in it. Love this. Now this is Sonic. Super melodically focused. That's so fun. That's so bright. Gorgeous little harmony there. Listen to the bass in the background too. It's really fun to listen to that. It's moving. And then we get back to the piano melody with a really nice counter melody in the violin. Hey. Love that little lick there. Ta-da. Oh. Another key change. Oh! Yes! Love when that happens in music, when we defy expectations, pull back like that. Oh. Nice resolution there. Da, 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 da. Wow. Wow. Talk about a piece that was so exuberant, so joyful, so inviting. And it just like screams Sonic. It screams bright, playful, effervescent. Keep on going. Laugh it up, baby. Keep the train moving. You can do it. It's just like so exceptionally bright, warm, friendly, outgoing, playful, joyful. What other adjectives I can use to describe it? I mean, like it's just perfect. That may be one of my new favorite songs because it's so like, it's typical Sonic. And I think that was one of my big complaints with Frontiers, actually, is that Sonic Frontiers was missing some of that joyfulness that we often get with Sonic music. It's so bright. It's so warm. Love forward momentum there. And that particular piece, also, I really liked the acoustic quality of that because it used piano, because it used the upper strings, and obviously the drums. And also really like the electric guitar and the bass, which was moving around quite rapidly. My father was a bassist, and I love listening with one ear and really isolating. It's something that you should really do anytime you're really listening to music, is like isolate the sounds. And like, look, we're not talking about detailed theory breakdowns here. And in fact, this isn't really the channel for that. But what we are talking about is how pieces make us feel, how music makes us feel. And I have to say, all the pieces on this video so far have been a delight to listen to. All of them have been interesting. All of them have been unique. All of them have brought a different emotion. It's been a really nice variety of feelings, whether it's empowerment, sadness, reflection, enthusiasm. And that's a joy. I mean, this is the power of music. This is the joy of music. And this was a real wonderful thing to listen to. I'm so pleased. Okay. Jesus. My pleasure. 1 second. Okay. 1 sec. I'm going to take a sip. I hope you're entertained. I'm having a very good time with you. I hope you are too. It's very, very fun to record music. Marco, review Mythoclast and My Life is Yours. We're going to be listening to Mythoclast from Girls Frontline. This is also by Vanguard Sound, the same composers, the same studio as Punishing Grey Raven. I don't know who makes Girls Frontline, but Vanguard Sound is an amazing studio with amazing music. And we heard them earlier with Under Dimension, and now we're going to listen to Mythoclast from Girls Frontline. Here we go. Serious tension right away. Wow, fascinating crunch. Definitely like a cybernetic approach to it, of course. But that rhythm is really keeping us in line. Nice horns there. Oh, I love this thing. When we use... It almost sounds like a children's choir. Super high stakes. That almost sounds like Bulgarian women's choir. Boom, 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 boom. Wow, subtle melody in the back there. Wow, that's big. It almost feels like it merges within itself. It's very heavy. Wow, that brass too is really pointed. It's so dissonant. It's so dissonant. That's very heavy. It's interesting how a piece like that is very heavy and it doesn't necessarily have a drop. And I think we're really used to having pieces that go from 0 to 60, build up to something, and then have a little shift, a big beat, and then they fall off, right? That didn't have that. But what it did have was very, very elongated and sustained senses of heaviness. And I think the heaviness works really well in its favor. I think that adding the female choir there, that sort of Bulgarian white voice style of singing there, extremely effective, extremely haunting, and I think that that adds to the sense of stress and drama, of course. Now you also have those powerful strings that are right, that, and then you also have that lower brass that's really pressing into us, and it really is intense and very satisfying to listen to. I would think I would have liked a build-up and a resolution, but I also think that it wasn't necessary because it really kind of sinks into your bones and makes you feel like, you know, kind of like a heavy presence. And that made it really, really interesting to listen to. One of the folks in chat earlier said, oh God, where is it? Oh, it's such a funny comment. Where was it? Shoot, it was like, come for the anime girls, leave for the depression, stay for the depression. It just makes me laugh. You go in for anime girls and leave with depression. Anyway. All right. Next up is Blue Archive. No, that's a terrible segue because Blue Archive is really... No, we're not going to Blue Archive right now. Don't include that. That's a bad segue. Let's go into let's go into, yeah, don't include that, Nathan. Blue Archive is over here on the scale, and my comment just is no. Let's go into the Clarion Call from the Goddess of Victory, Nike, Last Kingdom main theme. Really curious about this one, actually. Again, like a Spanish flair. Oh, it's Pernell. She's so good.
In majesty.
Very, very, very syllabic, telling a story. Lots of doubling in there, actually. It's such a battle cry song, you know, clarion call. Nice use of chorus. Love that little piano there. Jump, 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 jump on call. Wait, we got to talk about how cool that is. You don't ever get to see this often. That was word painting. Do you know what word painting is? I'm not sounding, it sounds patronizing. I don't mean it that way. But like, word painting is so cool. Singing the clarion call up high. What happens? Purnell sings higher. It's such a little detail. But like, that little stuff makes a song so much freaking better. You know, little details like that make a song. They make a song. And it's a job of a singer to highlight that experience so that you're like, yeah, and a good composer to be like, oh, we're going up high. We should write the notes higher. It's so satisfying. It's really cool. Also, Purnell sounds amazing. Purnell's a jazz singer. And oftentimes Purnell's asked to sing operatically, and Purnell does a great job. But I love this singing the clarion call up high. It's so much fun. The tambourine in the back. This is so like, let's go. Sharp moonlight there. That's interesting. Whoa, wait. I was yapping during that. Listen how cool that transition is. Oh, the poison dance. Diminished. Oh, I love the doubling, man. Wait. Oh, man. Taking away in a trance. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. Taken away in a trance. It's so much fun. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Love the piano in the background, the strings again, lots of doubling. I love that piano in there. Man, okay, ooh, I thought it was over. So much doubling makes a huge difference. Nice. That's a call and response. That's stupid good. That's stupid good. God, that's so satisfying to listen to. Like that's money. Like that feels so good to listen to. Now, you know, you could say whatever you want about Nika, and those of us that know what Nika is, you know, you're probably a gooner. No. You probably, you know, you're probably someone who really appreciates good music and good storytelling. But I gotta say, it's insanely good. It's insanely good. And musically, like, that is so powerful. How are you not going to enjoy that? I mean, like, that's like such a fascinating piece. And not only that, but there's like so much in there that we can extrapolate and then make that piece mean something even more. And it's like so satisfying. And I loved it. I loved it because it hits you in the face. It's emotional. It's enthusiastic. It's got power in it. Pronounce sounds amazing. You know, the cute little like vocalism and texture. It's like so fun to have word painting in there and to explore just all the doubling, the strings, the piano. I mean, like there's some moments that are extremely virtuosic. It's amazing. And on top of that, because of all the money that Nikkei's made, Shift Up was able to make Stellar Blade. Easily one of my favorite games of 2024 and easily one of the best soundtracks of the year of 2024. And if it's not included in any sort of, depending on when this video goes up, the Game Awards may have already happened, who knows. But the point is that like, it really deserves a place on the soundtracks of the year. Studio Monaka and Shift Up did such a great job with Stellar Blade. And I love it. I really love Stellar Blade. And Nikkei deserves recognition just as much as Stellar Blade does. Stellar Blade obviously was a very complicated game for many different reasons when it comes to political things and whatever. But as an actual game itself, it was a love letter to Nier, and it was incredibly wonderful and satisfying to play. And Nikkei is great. I mean, no complaints. It's satisfying as hell. Hold on one second. That was such a good song. All these songs have been really fucking good. Really fucking good. Hold on one second. Thank you, Toa. You're all set. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Nuclearius. You don't have to. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. We're still going. I think I'm going to sit Fake Grand Order out. We can put that in a part 2. Because what time is it? It's 3:34. Yeah. This video is getting kind of long. So I'm going to stick to the last 2, which is Honkai Star Rail and Blue Archive. I'm sorry. I know that some of you will be hurt. But just... unfortunately, it's just how it goes. Okay, let's check out Honkai Star Rail. Now, historically, I've not been a big fan of Honkai Star Rail's music. And obviously, a glaring omission from this is Genshin Impact. But Genshin Impact was recently in another video I did, and I know that we can't talk about gacha games without talking about MiHoYo. So I had to kind of pick. I mean, MiHoYo now has like 4 different IPs. So I just decided to go with Honkai Star Rail. And I've decided, because I'm always willing to give something another shot. And today we're going to be listening to Ode und Leer das Meer. Ode und Leer das Meer. The fuck? That's not German. Ode und Leer das Meer. Ode und Leer das Meer. Meaning. Oh, it's a German phrase from the opera Tristan und Isolde. Holy shit. Desolate and empty is the sea. It appears near the beginning of T.S. Eliot's 1922 poem, The Wasteland. And that's why MiHoYo deserves respect. Because they are able to combine these pieces of literature and these ideas of other art forms, other mediums, and combine them into something. And whether or not you like gacha games or like MiHoYo or whatever, one has to, I think, pay a little bit of respect to the fact that like this is really, really cool. So this is Ode und Leer das Meer. It's a German phrase from the opera Tristan und Isolde by Richard Wagner. Let's check it out. Interesting how we're setting a soundscape here before we launch into music. There's the single. It's almost like coming face to face with a black hole. It's like it's almost like the sound is muted. It reminds me of where I stopped playing around 2.1 with the large red orb, and like that's the soundscape. It's like it's very odd because it's very peaceful and tranquil, but also kind of disarming and a little bit scary. It's almost like there's nothing to cling on to with no definitive melody, you know? And that does sound like it's low brass or low strings or low cello. Almost like there's a quality of inevitability or inescapability. Because it does have crescendos and decrescendos, but it feels more like waves than it does. Like right there, I mean, that's like a very smooth transition to a different set of notes. Again, there's that real low emphasis there with the lower strings. And the lower strings in this case are actually more warming than the oppressiveness of the upper register, which is really interesting. Now we pull back, and actually now the strings come in, and that's peaceful. It's the sharp transitions, note to note, in this muted, muffled sound that actually cause more distress than that low hum, which is pretty cool. Now, you know, when we think about a piece of music, you know, this isn't the first thing that came to mind when I said to myself, let's create a gacha game music episode on the channel. I thought to myself, like, let's listen to, like, you know, melody and all this other stuff. But the reality is that, like, there is a lot to take away from that. And I think it's a really important lesson in recognizing that sometimes we need to sit still, and we have a tendency to quickly move away from things that make us uncomfortable or things that challenge us. And I think for a large majority of people, stillness makes us uncomfortable. There's a reason why you don't actively hear about people regularly meditating, because it requires discipline. It requires acceptance. It requires sitting still and assessing and contemplating and existing with what is. And that's really hard for most people to do, myself included. I haven't meditated in years. However, a piece like that is really powerful. And if we think about the title name, the fuck is it titled? It's titled, okay. Desolate and empty in is the sea. You hear that. Desolation and emptiness is a feeling that we regularly experience. Humans experience bouts of incredible depression, of incredible loneliness, of incredible isolation. And why should music not talk about that through sound? That is the human condition. It is the human experience. That's real. And I think one of the most powerful things about music is that it's able to connect us to the hardship that we experience as people who exist in this world. And so, you know, I think the subject, while we're on the subject of gacha, I think it is maligned in the broader sense of the games industry. Does it need to be? That's up for personal debate. But I do think that if you've never played a gacha before and you're watching this video for the first time, I'm not asking you to play a gacha. In fact, I would suggest you don't. But what I suggest you do is listen to the music, because the music is genuinely very good throughout all of these games that we've checked out today. There's a lot of thought that goes into these compositions, and there's a lot of thought that goes into creating pieces that will move us as people. And I think that's really important. But before we go anywhere, I want to listen to Blue Archive Midnight Trip. I want to see if maybe this puts me out of that wholly depressed state I am now currently in. And it will. And it will. Yes. I love that, dude. Love that piano. Terrific. I mean, Blue Archive has a soundtrack that has really surprised me. Every time I've listened to it, I've always come away with, I never expected that to come from that game. And I think that that's a really cool surprise. It's incredibly satisfying to listen to. And that particular piece was actually pretty mellow and pretty relaxed, but I really loved the piano emphasis there. And of course, that wonderful rhythmic shift there with that beat pattern. Really, really fun stuff. The other stuff I've listened to from Blue Archive, really satisfying. And yeah, I mean, that's like a chill vibe piece that really, really is just lovely. And a lot of the other soundtracks are equally as lovely in that game, despite the fact that I'll never play that game ever. Yeah, gacha games have pretty good music. And I know that most people that have played a gacha know that that's true. However, I felt like it was important to at least make a video addressing the fact that there is a pretty wide spanning style throughout all of these different games. And it's amazing how all of these different games have their own sonoral language. And you know, regardless of your stance, I think that's worth celebrating. Good music is good music. As always, thanks a ton, and I'll see you later. Bye. Not you, chat. We're still here. Okay, well, that was the Gacha music episode. Don't everybody leave all at once. We will take a 2-second break while I get settled in. The thing about the main themes is main themes can be themes that appear in the game, or they can be things that appear, like are specifically the main themes of the game. So just for clarity's sake, if we look at this together, posture check, fuck. Last episode, we don't want to repeat. we want no repeats. So, and obviously I have 188 suggestions here as well. But the songs that I included in this video were the Halo main theme, WoW's main theme, Octopath Traveler 2 main theme, FF3 main theme, Dark Souls 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Ark, White Knight Chronicles from Sonic, Alice Madness Returns, Xenoblade Chronicles, and Kingdom Hearts. So what I would ask of you is to help me with some main themes. Do you mean main themes that exist throughout the entire Yeah, I mean, don't look at that. Don't look at the Arc Knight shorts. It's none of your business. It's none of your business what I watch. Privacy. So I think so I think I think it's been okay. Uh I also have my own list, so I'll be grabbing about 5 or 6 from you. Just give me 1 second. Outer Wilds. So I've got Last of Us main theme, Binding of Isaac main theme. I just started playing that the other day. Outer Wilds main theme. Another one that I wanted to feature was, I can't remember. Oh, Dragon Age Origins main theme. Siberia 3 main theme is it's good. No one knows about that. Do I want to feature the Bloodborne main theme? Maybe? Question mark. Sorry, I'm writing these down. I really like using a pen. Oh, Chrono Trigger. Yeah, thank you. Chrono Trigger main theme. Well, see, would you consider Corridors of Time a main theme? Arc main theme was already in this other video, so we're not going to do that. This is what I did last time. I don't know if you can read it, but oh yeah, thank you. DQ main theme. Yep, that's on the list. This gotta be. Want to make sure that I also do not just Japanese, but also a wide assortment of oh yeah, GTA 4. That's a big one. Should be okay. Oh yeah. All right, let's see. Oh man, I love Nino Kuni's main theme. Yeah, the suggestions are open. Street Fighter 4. Someone, if you're in here, someone left a comment on my feedback video, which was really funny because they said that they unsubscribed because it seemed like everything I did was just directed towards the patrons, which is a fair critique. But I found it funny because here we are and I'm literally like scribbling down like every possible, you don't know how bummed I am that I can't listen to everything you do. Everything you want, you know. It's such a it's a complicated dynamic because there's so many people, and I'm very grateful that my channel has become what it has, right? But you know, there's only so many things, and to be fair, like the patrons, they you know, it's hard. I mean, they give me part of their paycheck to help like keep the lights on. So it's like, well, yeah, I would prioritize that, but that's why I started doing these streams. So it's interesting because sometimes this is why I love critique. This is a big difference between critique and criticism. Like, did it hurt my feelings a little bit that that person said that they unsubscribed because this, and this, and they were like, oh, well, the videos where you share music with people that already know the music is boring. I'm like, well, okay, you didn't have to say that. but like, you know, that was just criticism. But when someone genuinely says something to you, I think it's really important to be like, fuck, that hurt my feelings. What can I gain from that? And is any of it true? And I mean, I appreciated every ounce of feedback I got. There was like 300 messages. That's why I unlisted it, because there were like 300 messages. So it's kind of like, it's interesting how you know, that happens. God, there's so many good ones. Yeah, I know, Eloy. I know. Well, Nove, I mean. Oh, that's such a good main theme. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I think I have enough. I wish I could grab everybody's, but then that video will be 3 hours long. My brain will explode. Okay. 3 hours is good for you, of course. Okay, I think I'm good, chat. I think I've got a whole bunch here for us. Because I want to make sure that we do get to a third video. So I want to try to keep the videos to be about 30, 40 minutes. That includes listening to the whole piece and then also conversation around it. Now, obviously, I don't talk that much in these, but but it's cool because there is endless content. So I appreciate that very much. So, okay. So it looks like the list I'm looking at right now, do I read every suggestion comment you get? I'm an idiot. Yes. I read every comment still to this day. I took a little bit of a break when it got really rough. But I read every comment. And I've read every one of these. Do you want me to read the list out loud or do you want me to dive in? Hey, Matthias, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Let me make sure I'm... Well, thanks. Thank you. Okay, I'm just taking a mental break. Oh, I just opened Twitter for the first time in a while. List reveal? Sure, I don't mind. Okay. I haven't, King. Okay. So I'm actually not sure about The Last of Us main theme, just in terms of copyright. Let me just check something really quick. Last of Us. I filmed a video on The Last of Us, but I think it got claimed, and I can't remember if it was real or fake. Most claims are fake. My anime channel did not get monetized because of all the copyright claims, so I'm still uploading videos to it, but probably more slowly. Let me just look at this really quick. Was this claimed? No. Okay, it was a fake claim. All right, so I got that lifted. Okay. You want me to put Battle Cats in the thumbnail? Okay. All right, so The Last of Us main theme, Binding of Isaac main theme, Outer Wilds main theme, Dragon Age Origins, Siberia 3. I'm going to skip the Bloodborne main theme. I feel like I do enough FromSoft content that I don't need to. Appreciate you guys. They're in the comments. Chrono Trigger main theme, KOTOR main theme, Dragon Quest main theme, GTA 4 main theme, Smash Ultimate main theme, Ni no Kuni main theme. I love Ni no Kuni. Street Fighter 4 main theme, Blade and Sorcery main theme, Silent Hills main theme, Smell of the Game. That's a pretty good list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I try not to go past 10. Let me just see. I think I'm going to cut The Last of Us just because it's popular enough. What? You're not including The Last of Us? Bro. I love the Outer Wilds main theme, so that's great. Dragon Age Origins is topical. Siberia 3, no one fucking knows about that, so that'll be great to showcase that. Chrono Trigger's main theme is lovely. KOTOR I've never heard. I'd like to hear that. Dragon Quest main theme is fucking chef's kiss. GTA 4 main theme, yeah, it's a good one. Much better than 5's. Smash Ultimate's so fucking good. Although I do like Brawl better, but it's okay. Ni no Kuni is an amazing game. Street Fighter 4 I've never heard, so I definitely want that. Blade and Sorcery, again, no one knows, no one plays it, no one cares, but I think it's important to cover music like that. Really important. Silent Hill's main theme, because I just played Silent Hill 2, and Smell of the Game because I'm on a Guilty Gear sort of set right now. Hey, Veggie. Where you at, Veggie? Hold on one second. Oh my god. Hey, Jan. Encounter Elite from Sea of Stars. Can't do it right now, but Isla, I wrote it down. Hey Veggie, thank you. Okay, guys, let's dive in, huh? Do I take anime song suggestions? If you go into the other channel, you can write them down. All right. So, Binding of Isaac. Oh, I'm so happy you have a wife. That's exciting. Outer Wild. Dragon Age Origins main theme. Chat has wives. Hey, someone said they have a wife. Siberia 3 main theme. Hey Solar, how you doing? Chrono Trigger. And listen, you know, if all we get through is these two videos, I'll be very happy. So it's 4 o'clock, so we have another hour. I think that's fine. KOTOR main theme. Dragon Quest main theme. Is there a particular version of the Dragon Quest theme that you'd like? Personally, I think Overture from 11 would be perfectly fine, so I'll grab that one. Never mind, forget my question. GTA 4's main theme. 21 million views 14 years ago? Jesus. Copyright strike. Smash Ultimate main theme. Oops. Smash Ultimate main theme. Well, I don't think Insanity doesn't really feel like it's a main theme. Well, I'm already all set though. I love Insanity. Ni no Kuni main theme. Have you heard the Ni no Kuni main theme? Fuck, it's so good. I hope it doesn't get copyright claimed. I'll film it, and then if it gets claimed, I'll turn it into a short, because a lot of these streams here are going to be turned into shorts anyway. 4? Yeah. 4 main themes. Street Fighter 4. Ultra or regular? Probably this one. Never mind. Blade and Sorcery, huh? Yeah, I know. Grime. Yeah, I know. I really should. Alex deserves some love. Silent Hill main theme. Silent Hill theme. And then Smell of the Game from Smell of the Game. Grab this one. Oops. All right, I need you to give me 2 minutes so I can go to the restroom. Don't you fucking leave. I see you trying to click out of that chat. Stop it. Don't click out of there. Why? Because I'm going to the bathroom? You can't just like wait 5 seconds? Where you gotta go? Where you gotta go? Give me 5 seconds. Don't you click off a different... Don't you dare. Hey. What do you mean bye? That's some bullshit. Don't you fucking leave yet. I'm going to Italy. Stop it. Stop. Are you serious? I specifically said don't leave. Terrible. Let me close my window. All right. No, I deserve it. All right. So what's up? How you guys doing? I'm a little annoyed that I can't see super chats anymore on my I might just have to open up the chats and just leave it at that. All right. It's time to shine. You guys ready? You guys ready to film a second video? Let me know when you're good to go. Ready? Ready? You're ready? You're ready? You're ready? All right. Hold on 1 second. Just checking to see if the mods have said anything bad about you in the meantime. Oh, someone unsubbed. I see. All right, hold on 1 second. I need to take a mental break. This shit is actually like not super easy. Crouching Pervert Hidden Boner is my favorite name on that fucking. Oh God. It's the best name. It's as good as Eula's Lift Tit. That's the other name that I really enjoyed from my Twitch. Oh. What's my favorite Genshin Impact character? So actually, Kazuha. Where is he? Oh, he's up here. You can't really see him, but I have a print of Kazuha. Beautiful piece of artwork that's up there. All right. Hello, sports lover. Wise man say, he who stands on toilet is high on pot. Sonic R, no, I think I'll have to, it'll be on a Wednesday sometime in the next 18 months. We'll for sure listen to it. If, see ya, Chirola, thanks for being here. If the full-time streaming goes well, not from a financial perspective, but like from like, you know, building things up and whatever, I can see myself doing this, for the rest of my YouTube career. I really like streaming, but enough. Shut the fuck up, Marco. It's time to film, bitch. Talking to me, not you. Let's see. Enjoy your lurk. Thank you for lurking. I said a Wednesday within the next 18 months because like there are only so many Wednesdays in the year, and I'm only listening to OSTs on Wednesdays. Like full OSTs on Wednesdays. So, all right. I'm ready. Main themes can make or break a video game experience. And if you watch the first video, I literally said that the first time, but it's worth repeating. Main themes are so imperatively important to the video game music and storytelling experience. Without them, I don't really think that we have a game as good as we could. And maybe that's crazy to think, but I really believe that's true. So today we're going to be listening to a ton of main themes, how important they are, how awesome they are, and breaking them down a little bit from an emotional perspective. My name is Marco. I'm a former professional opera singer, and I love talking about video game music from an emotional perspective after doing just that very thing, being emotional on stages everywhere for 10 years. Here we go. First up is Siberia 3's main theme. Do you know about Siberia 3? I don't know about Siberia 3's main theme, but apparently it has a main theme. And for today, we're going to listen to it because I'm very curious. Oh, throat singing. Wow. Sounds like a folk song. Love that clarinet in there as that melody, moving with that mandolin too. Oh, there's that melody again in the brass now. Da, 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 da. We're really nice and harmonic there. Da. I gotta say, that's really impressive. And it goes to show that, like, despite not knowing a game, we shouldn't just write it off, especially when it comes to its music, because what I find really interesting about that piece and the ideas that come to me while I listen to that is how rooted it is in this classic Russian soundscape. There is a crazy, crazy musical history in Russia. I think of the Maguchka Kuchka, which was the hand and with Mussorgsky and Rimsky-Korsakov, and I think Glinka, and oh god, I can't remember the other two. It's been a minute since I really thought about well, I've got Google, so what the hell? Let me just check it out really quick. Maguchkaya Kushka. Google does not know what the fuck I'm talking about right now. Magushkaya Kushka. There's always Russians in here. Rimsky-Korsakov. The Five. Okay, wait. So... The Five. Kuchka. So the five were the mighty handful. Were five prominent 19th century Russian composers who worked together to create a very specific national style of classical music. Balakirev, Kui, Modest, Mussorgsky, Rimsky-Korsakov, and Alexander Borodin. They all lived in St. Petersburg and collaborated from 1856 to 1870. Now, that's just one example of a handful of composers. You also have Tchaikovsky, Glinka. The list goes on and on and on. And one of the things that's really interesting about this soundscape to me, and one of the things that I've always really adored about Russian music in particular, especially thinking of something like Tchaikovsky's Eugene Onegin, is the pain that comes through in that sound and the sadness that comes through that sound. Rachmaninoff as well is a prime example. Like there's a somber quality that exists throughout this music, and I think it's probably some sort of cultural association that sort of bleeds in through the music, but it's very, very powerful. And that main theme from Siberia 3 reminds me so much of that. This sort of empty bleakness, not knowing where to turn, or a sense of loss and a sense of feeling directionless. That's really a theme that comes across, or wanting to stand up for one's own personal beliefs and what have you. And it's a very powerful main theme. And I think it really does a great job of setting up sort of the fairly depressing context of Siberia 3. I'm assuming. I don't think it's an uplifting piece, but I'm not entirely sure. But again, that's the power of main themes. That's the power of like setting you up so you understand, what potentially awaits you when you experience the game. And it was really cool to check that out. Okay. And you learned something new today. The Majuchkaya Kushka. I haven't thought about that in 10 years. The Majuchkaya. Also, what a funny word. Majuchkaya. Magushkaya Kushka. Magushkaya Kushka. Kushka. Anyway. Magush. It just rolls off the tongue. Magushkaya Kuchka. Maguch. Anyway. Katyusha. Yeah, I know. Freaking Hearts of Iron. So I like depressing life. I like depressing music. I like depressing music. And no music is more depressing than Silent Hill's music. Let's listen to the Silent Hill main theme. That's jarring. There's like, that dissonance is something else. Mandolin? What? Why? Silent Hill's music is so deceptive. You would think it wouldn't sound like this, but Akira Yamaoka does such a great job of... It's interesting because there's a lot of things in this that make us feel uncomfortable, especially in the beginning. There's a ton of dissonance, but also like there's no like, because of the rhythm is odd between the guitar and the percussion underneath, there's this inherent clash that occurs. And then as we continue on through the piece, we end up with this really melodic piece of music. And one of the things that's so fascinating to me, having recently played through the Silent Hill 2 remake, is that this music is actually so pivotally important to the plot of Silent Hill. And that jarring contrast that occurs in the beginning of the piece is that way because there's no foothold in this world. Silent Hill is a bleak and broken place. I mean, like, you know, it's really difficult to find yourself in that world, in that land of fog. And it's interesting how as we go through this main theme, we uncover commitment, we uncover focus, we uncover determination, especially with that rhythm, especially with the drum set, and then that gorgeous mandolin that's so random that you would never expect. This music does a great job of letting us know that we're about to enter into the pit of hell. And the only way to get through it is to move through it, which is where that percussion comes in. And the mandolin is like gumption or forward thinking, or being like, you know what, I don't have a choice. I have to move through that. And the themes are interesting because I'm not saying that I'm right, but that's the feeling that this music gives. It's obviously melancholic. It's obviously bleak. It's obviously a feeling of loss. But that's Silent Hill. I mean, like, that's the game. The game is about navigating through whatever loss occurs. And I haven't played through Silent Hill 1 because I don't want to crap myself. And if you've ever seen my playthrough of Silent Hill 2, you would know I came very close. But these games are really important. And they're not just horror games. And that's something that really upsets me, is that if people are like, oh, I don't want to play a scary game, I'll go play Silent Hill 2. You're going to go play Silent Hill or Silent Hill 2, and you're going to come out the other side with major depression. I mean, I was in a depression for like 3 weeks after I played Silent Hill 2. Like, no game made any sense. I felt no value from any other game after playing Silent Hill 2 because of those stakes, because of the story, and because the really traumatic experience of playing through it. And I'm sure Silent Hill is no different than Silent Hill 2. Obviously different, but this music is really impressive. It's got that 90s grunge style to it, but you throw in a mandolin. What's not to love? It's amazing. All right. How you doing, chat? I'm going to cut out Ni no Kuni because I'm concerned, because that one is by Joe Hisaishi, and I'm nervous that the Studio Ghibli will come after me, so... So I need a palate cleanse after listening to that. So the only reasonable thing to do is to go to the Chrono Trigger main theme. I love how this is like this trumpet sound front and center. Love this second melody here. It's so good. Supported by that nice bass guitar sound, twinkling in the harp. It's so damn good. And the crazy thing about this, and what's really important to me as we think about main themes, is that main themes have existed now for, years. We think about the fact that video games and video game music have been using, video games have been using music since 1981, when they first started popping up really in it's called Rally X. And so music has been an important part of video games and video game history since the 80s, or really even before then, since Asteroid, with the first time using a sound effect that was essentially a musical cue. And it's incredible to see, where we ended up, even in the time of Chrono Trigger, in 1990 something 7, I think. And so musically, what's really, really fascinating about this is that we do hear, actually, this reminds me of a tangent that I'm going to go down, because I was a former opera singer. I am an opera singer. And which is a really funny thing, by the way, another tangent. You don't stop being an opera singer just because you don't do it professionally. And I don't know if that's obvious, but it's a really funny thing when people are like, oh, so you used to be a singer. And I'm like, well, technically I still am. I just don't do it professionally. But what's really interesting is that if we think about it, the advancements that music went through from 1980 to the time of Chrono Trigger, it's fascinatingly short. It's the same kind of evolution that we would see from going from different musical eras, from the Baroque era to the classical era. And that's a really, really interesting thing to me, because it's like so much changed, even when we're talking about Baroque to class. I mean, like the whole ideals behind music. And also, furthermore, what's really cool is that, well, I do think that all video game music has always been programmatic meaning that it's there to tell a story and to help like the story's narrative. The really fascinating thing is that classical music used to be just played because it was being played. Like it wasn't like Bach wasn't writing to tell a story. Bach was writing for the church, to be played in a church, to be, you know, like, yeah, there were story bits like the St. Matthew Passion or the John Passion or actually, is that even a thing? Bach Magnificat in D major, like D minor. I can't remember. Anyway, point is that like this is like Chrono Trigger tells a story. Rally X's music, weirdly from 1981, tells a story. But there was a period of time where like we couldn't flesh those stories out. And so here's a main theme from the 90s that's bolstering us, that's telling us to get up and get ready for a triumphant adventure, you know, to explore new lands, to explore time, to explore a whole new worlds within our own. And I think that's what makes it such a wonderful main theme and such a fantastic main theme and a piece of music. And if you've never heard the orchestral arrangements of Chrono Trigger, my God, do yourself a favor. I don't even care if you don't like Chrono Trigger. Like you owe it to yourself to like hear this stuff like in like an evolutionized state, in a fully orchestrated state. Like I cannot recommend it enough. It's so good and really worth it. And there's also like another album that's like jazz. Anyway, Chrono Trigger's music is really good. And whether you like it in its original format, or if you're more of a person that enjoys today's sound font with orchestra and with, you know, computer and sound effects, like whatever, like it's just cool. It's cool that we have those options. Things that many of us who were playing these games wondered what they would sound like in the future, and we're there. We can hear what it sounds like now. It's really, really, really cool. Okay. How we doing, chat? How you doing? Y'all right? Y'all right? Thanks for sticking with me. Crouching Tiger, hidden pervert, hidden boner is vibing. Do you mean vibrating? What do you mean, Marco, please? It's your username. What do you want from me? It's just there. Alley-oop, you know? All right. We don't have time for that. Oh my God, 7. I talk too much. It's 4:30. Okay. Let's do. We did that. Okay. You're right. Not all music is better when played by a live orchestra, and I think some tunes can be written for a chiptune sounds, and it does sound best that way. That's really true. And that's a really good point. And I guess I should add that to this video and say, you know, not every piece of music needs to be orchestrated or whatever. And maybe that's my own personal bias showing through. I really like chiptune, and there's a lot of good chiptune out there, and there's a lot of good, even the sound from the classics. They don't need to be orchestrated, and they sound good as they are. It's just a matter of personal taste, but I think it's really cool that we have the capacity to experience this music in many different formats. And I think that's what's really, really cool about it. You know what I mean? Because old school music is valid and important. And that's why I wanted to feature it on this video, because it's true. Music doesn't need to be anything but what it is. And the original sound chips are valid and interesting. Let's check out, well, we're in a heroic mood. So I think, could my voice have gone any higher? We're in a heroic mood. Let's check out the overture from Dragon Quest XI. Hell yeah. Love this. Talk about adventure. So orchestral. I love how the horns take the melody from the trumpets. It's so cool. What a good melody. And the counter melody and the trombones too. It's so awesome. Slow it down. I forgot about this little corner. Nice crescendo into the ending. You can't deny that Dragon Quest's main theme is iconic. I mean, it's iconic for a reason. The series has been around for forever. And on top of that, it's just perfect. I mean, like, it's perfect. To me, it's perfect. It starts off, it's a super duper march the whole time. That's what we'd call, in Italian, we'd call that a marziale. It's something you hear very frequently when a procession. It's very triumphant, very heroic. It feels like we're, in the midst of regality of a king and a queen or whatever. And on top of that, we get this wonderful melody over the top that's just so satisfying. Ba ba da ba 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 ba. You're gonna be singing that later after watching this video. And the thing is, like, that's what makes it so powerful, is that melody is such a vitally important part to storytelling. Melody is so important to storytelling. And there you go, instantly, this overture, with this introduction to Dragon Quest XI or any Dragon Quest, you get hit with this motif that will stay with you for the rest of the game. And the important part of that is that that's a part of a main theme. That's what makes a main theme so memorable. And Dragon Quest XI and Dragon Quest in general does a great job of being memorable. And it's an awesome main. I mean, there's not much to say about that besides, yes, more, please. All right. Next up. All right. I feel like I missed the boat when it comes to Grand Theft Auto 4. I wish that I could sit down and play it, and in fact, perhaps I shall, because it's on my Steam Deck, and it's the perfect way to play Grand Theft Auto 4. Let's check out the Grand Theft Auto 4 main theme. Love the plucked pizzicato playing there in the violin. Whoa. Tension in that. That's danger. Oh, shit. How have I never heard this before? What? love that beat pattern in there. And that forward drive in the strings. Nice. Love those lower strings. That's supposed to be vocals too, like a little bit of a folk vocal. Wow. Really nice note extensions there. Man, that's a lot of danger. Wow. Gorgeous upper strings there. When we talk about Bleak, we talk about something like that. That's a piece that really stays with you. And I think it's really appropriate for GTA 4 because I feel like it's in stark contrast to the bright and memey quality. Now, of course, we've also been playing like GTA 5 for like 18 years. So, I mean, there's part of that's in there too. But GTA 4 does feel quite a bit like it's been sort of forgotten. And the thing that I really like about that main theme is that it really does a great job of setting us up with the fact that this is a world of crime, of danger, of real stakes, not stakes like cow, but stakes like high stakes, like danger. And it's also a world full of opportunity and opportunistic people and people just trying to get by and people trying to make a buck and people willing to, screw over somebody else so that they can get on top of the life experience, right? And I think that really comes across in that theme in a lot of different ways, but especially with those strings and also fascinatingly with some of the accents on top. Thing is incredible. And I think it's really, really, really a dangerous theme. And again, what's the point of a main theme? To set up the rest of the game. And GTA 4 sets up the rest of GTA 4 unbelievably. And now I have no excuse to not go and play it and find time to play it because it seems like, although the driving sucks. I don't think they ever patched that. Anyway, really cool stuff. Super cool. That gay one was the best. Oh, the Ballad of Gay Tony. All right, let's see. We're making good time. Well, something that will surely sound exactly like Grand Theft Auto 4 is the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic main theme. I can't even say that with a straight face. Is the Knights of the Old Republic main theme. I have tried so hard to play the KOTOR games. I love Star Wars, and KOTOR is such a powerful and important part of the Star Wars saga and the Star Wars legacy. Let's check it out. feel conflict in that music, though. It's cool. Between the horns and the strings, there's a lot of tension in there inherent. Oh, I forgot how good that is. Oh my god, I've heard this before. Oof. That's so Star Wars. Oh my gosh, that is so good. But we gotta take it a step back. Just listen to this. Oh my god, it's just so good. Let me listen to it. Listen to it without me singing. Hey. That's so freaking impressive. And the thing is, like, there's something so visceral and so virile about having brass just like in your face. I said brass, having brass in your face. It's such a satisfying soundscape, and especially with that descending quality, and then the repeat of that. Bum ba 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 bum bum ba 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 bum ba 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 bum bum ba 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 bum. I mean, it's like so good. And on top of that, the clash between the strings and the horns is such a satisfying experience, because we know that we're entering into a world that's rife with political intrigue and Jedi and stress and gunfights and shootouts and airships, and like it's just such a Star Wars piece. And it's such a hard thing too, because when we think about the fact that John Williams is the sound of Star Wars, and of course you and I are way past the era of just having it be like, you know, the prequels and the, you know, the main, the core saga, you know, the saga. Now you got 7, 8, 9, Andor, Mandalorian, the Acolyte, the other one, Boba Fett, blah, blah, and it's too much. It's overload. But KOTOR was there at a time when, you know, there were hundreds of what's it called? The books, the novels, the extended saga, I forget what the official word for it. And it's interesting to go back to a time when we were really trying to emulate that John Williams Star Wars sound. And I think this does such a phenomenal job of encapsulating that Imperial March sound. That feeling of like being a part of the Republic, what it feels like to fight against the Empire as the Alliance. Like, what an incredible theme. And you didn't know this about me, but I love Star Wars a lot, and it's really cool to hear that. Bum ba-da-da-dum, bum ba-da-da-dum. Oh, I fucking love that theme. Extended Universe, that's what I meant. Did I say that? What did I say? I think I said Extended Universe. Nerd. Nerd alert. There are two words that I say in most of my videos that I always feel get misconstrued. Brass, because it sounds like ass, and horror, because it sounds like another word I don't want to say out loud. And so I have to go horror and brass, the European universe. Horror. Terror. You're right. Terror would be a better word than horror. No, we're not gonna. I don't think we're gonna get to horror music because it's no. I don't think we're gonna. Hey, Lunite, what's up? Okay, let's check out horror. Let's see how we're doing. We're doing pretty good. Let's go to Dragon Age the Veilguard has certainly been in the news lately. Only for people that really care about video game news. It's been everywhere for those of us that really care about video game news. So let's take a step back and check out the Dragon Age Origins main theme. I actually don't know this main theme. I've only played Dragon Age Inquisition. Let's listen to it. Oh, I have heard this. Oh. Love the forward momentum and the lower percussion. Hinunzer's been in this video quite a bit. Oh, I love this brass. The lower horns in here are so pivotal. Gorgeous flute coming in now, giving way to a brighter sound, a warmer sound even. Fascinatingly, throughout that entire main theme, one of the most key tenets of that was the timpani in the lower percussion, that sort of lower range of the layering. And what I found really interesting about that is that the entire theme is moving us, is gently, the timpani is gently moving us through that entire thing. And we do go through a really interesting pivot from the first half being really introspective, especially with that stunning subtle singing that really feels like the stakes are ever presently so high. Like, this is the end right here. If we don't take care of ourselves and navigate, you know, these terrible encounters and what have you, like that's where that vocal comes in. The vocal is extremely human. Well, I would hope so. Then as we move into the piece, we actually take a shift and we turn. And suddenly it goes from feeling like our backs are against the wall, bloodied and battered on the floor, what have you. Suddenly now we are thrust into this sense of like, okay, wait, you know what? I can do this. I can move through this. I can stand tall. I can stand proud, and I will continue to thrive. Now that's where we get a lot of the horns coming in. That's where I can thrive. I can move forward, and I can accomplish great things. And that's where we have that shift. But the entire time we have that timpani sort of guiding us, almost like a heartbeat, almost like something that's enabling us to say, yes, I can, I'm going to do it. And that's a common theme we hear in a lot of video game music in general, but certainly in main themes. Yes, I can do it. I can achieve something. I can push through. I can stand up. And the most importantly, the vibes are immaculate. It's a really heavy an important piece of music. It feels like it weighs us down. It also feels like it lifts us up at the same time. It's really, really omnipresent, and it feels very high stakes and very dark. And I know the Dragon Age Origins in general is a pretty dark game, and that's been one of people's biggest complaints about Veilguard, is that it sort of lacks in that darkness and what have you. Please don't get into the comments, but it's worth bringing up that I'm actually enjoying the Veilguard. It's a little bit shallow and feels a tiny bit superficial, but 7 hours in, it's not a bad game. It's fine. It's good. Do I want to play Dragon Age Origins? Yeah, I do. Does it work on my PC? No, it doesn't. I don't know why. I can't download it. It won't download. It doesn't make any sense. I can't play it. I'm really annoyed. But from a musical perspective, this feels like it has way more direction than anything I've heard in the Veilguard. And that's actually my biggest complaint about the Veilguard, is that musically it's sort of amorphous and there's no real sense of direction. It's like the ultimate mediocre movie music. It's not even that it's terrible. I mean, it's written well. I mean, you're not going to end up seeing the Dragon Age, the Veilguard music on like the worst video game music of all time list. It's not that bad. It doesn't have an essence. It almost feels like it's missing in some soul. So to go back to hear the Dragon Age Origins main theme, like this is like really a defining, like it showcases and defines where we're going in the story in a really big way. And it was cool to listen to this again. Really, really gorgeous stuff. All right. We are cruising. We have quite a few more. Oh, fuck, I'm going to do them all. Whatever. I've got time. I have until 6. But I mean, I want to eat dinner, but I have until 6. So you can't listen to Dragon Age's main theme without also listening to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's main theme. Why? Because it doesn't, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I'm just talking for a segue. Let's listen to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate main theme. It's a great one.
Colors weave into a spire of flame. Distant sparks call to a past still unnamed. Bear this torch against the cold of the night. Search your soul and reawaken the undying light. On that day, when the sky fell away,
Love the soft vocals in here. It's very like storyteller mode. I like Brawls a little bit better, but it's very syllabic. Like a lullaby almost, like telling a story about these great heroes. Love that slow, languid violins there. Really lush violins helping out. Knows a light.
No escape, no greater fate to be made. In the end, the chains of time will not break. Colors weave into
Gorgeous harmony underneath.
Bear this torch against the cold of the night. Search your soul and reawaken the undying light.
Love that sustain.
As fate spins a thread
Nice.
without end,
Second verse.
life
Different.
draws its first breath.
Listen to how the orchestra shifted.
Blossoming
Ba-ba,
in a
ra-ba,
soil reclaimed
ba-ba,
from the
ba-ba.
past, where destiny
Now we're together
holds
again.
fast. Here where we stand, hand clenched in hand. Everyone caught in the struggle. This is the day we find the way stepping into our tomorrow.
It's just a big smile.
Every soul contains a whisper
into the night.
From the distance sings a chorus of souls, rising slowly, stirring heat from the coals. Colors weave into a spire of flame. Distant sparks call to a past still unnamed. Bear this torch against the cold of the night. Light will guide you on your way to the ultimate fight. Every soul contains a whisper of light.
Ba, ba, ba. Love that.
From the distance sings a chorus of souls, rising slowly, stirring heat from the coals. Colors weave into a spire of flame. Distant sparks call
I gotta have the chorus in the back, of course.
Bear this torch against the cold of the night. Light will guide you on your way to the ultimate fight.
Then we have a recap, but in the orchestra. It's fantastic. I mean, there's what's not to love, and one of the things that I really want to point out about that, and there's a ton of little things that really make that so wonderful, and whether or not it's your favorite, Smash theme, I mean, we have very strong opinions about that, of course. But what I would say is that the coolest thing for me as a singer is the harmonies. And I've been thinking a lot about harmony and what harmony means. And harmony is really interesting because it can really bring out other voices. So if we have a lower voice and the main melody is being sung by the higher voice, by having that harmony there in the lower voice, we actually boost. You know how, I don't know if you ever think about this, but when you're creating an outline, like let's say you have a text, it's white text, and you want to add a shadow element to make the text pop. And so you turn up the whatever on the computer. Stop hitting the mic. You turn it up, and what ends up happening is that the white pops out, and the shadow is supporting that text element, and it can be whatever color. But the point is that like that's harmony to me. Especially when it's two voices, which it was in that case, right? So the second voice, we hear this a lot too in near Grandma. There's another prime example where the lower harmony actually raises the higher melody so that it really sticks out. So the second voice aids in boosting the first voice. And you hear that all the time in this too. It really feels like it doubles down on the sense of gumption. It doubles down in the sense of like, come on, let's go. Let's go. It's time to fight. It's time to fight your childhood heroes and pummel them and recognize that, your childhood is over. And that's the cool thing about that particular harmony, is that harmony really raises the stakes kind of, and it makes us feel like, okay, yes, I can do it. And I love that about it. It's an amazing main theme. It's great. What's not to love? That was actually the first Smash Bros game I ever played. And I have soft feelings in my heart for Ultimate's main theme. It's awesome. What's up, Red Car? Hey, Ricefields, RoboQuest? No, I haven't heard that. All right, let's dive into what's a good transition. I guess whenever I lose at Super Smash Bros, I get really depressed. And naturally, I find myself gravitating towards the Outer Wilds main theme. This soundscape is just sublime. Oh, thank God that's it. I almost cried. Woo! Outer Wilds is a special game. Really special. And it's not for everybody. Outer Wilds challenges its players to step into a world where they have to uncover a secret. And in order to get there, it requires slowing down. And it's a very meditative and contemplative experience that I hated. I hated it because it challenged me and forced me to play slowly. And over time, I've started to play games much faster because I just want to get through them. And Outer Wilds, every time I hopped on stream, I had to slow down. And that was really difficult. Had to be patient, had to be thoughtful about what I was doing, had to be intentional with what I was doing. And this particular main theme sets us up for the complexity with which we have to arrive at Outer Wilds. And it's a stunningly simple and stunningly honest theme about life, about love, about personhood, and it just is so beautiful, especially with the banjo, and especially there at the end with that alarm clock, as if to say, hey, it's time to wake up, it's time to get started, it's time to go. And I love that. The entire soundtrack is beautiful, and I really recommend you play it, and force yourself to be patient. It's really hard, and it was an incredible experience. Another game that has a similar soundtrack to that actually is a game whose name I can't remember right now. Lightyear Frontier, which is basically Titanfall, but farming. You ride a giant mech, and it has this beautiful banjo soundtrack, and you ride a giant mech while you're farming for things. And I really recommend it, not because it's anything like Titanfall or Outer Wilds, but because the music is really beautiful. Another main theme that I think is really, really stunning is... Nope, that's a bad transition because I don't know these pieces. So, sometimes it's really fun to... I've never hung out... Nope. I've never actually sat through and listened to a fighting game's main theme. But one of the suggestions for this video was Street Fighter 4's main theme. And I'm very intrigued to hear what this is all about. Hell yeah.
I can feel it coming over me. I feel it all around me. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. It's my destiny. There's a tiny beside of me. It's waiting to come out now. No matter what, no matter how, I know I'll make it through somehow. 'Cause when the road feels so long, I'll still be holding on. I'm gonna keep on going. I know I'll be strong. Yeah, indestructible. I won't let nobody break me down. Indestructible. Nothing's gonna stop me now. Indestructible. Gonna make you, gonna keep on going.
It's like such boy band stuff.
I'm waiting for whatever. I'm never giving up. Nothing can break my spirit. 'Cause it's indestructible. Yeah.
Love that.
I can feel it coming over me. I feel it all around me. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. It's my destiny. There's a tiny beside of me. It's waiting to come out now. No matter what, no matter how.
Sounds like Boyz II Men, man.
I'll make it through somehow. 'Cause when the road feels so long, I'll still be holding on. I'm gonna keep on going. I know I'll be strong. Indestructible. I won't let nobody break me down. Indestructible. Nothing's gonna stop me now. Indestructible. Gonna make you, gonna keep on going. Indestructible. The last man standing. I'm waiting I feel it all around me. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. It's my destiny.
Well, I don't think. Sorry, I'm gonna pivot to the commentary in a second, but I just want to.
The road feels so long. Yeah. My life is my
Okay, yeah, that's like a giant loop. What the fuck? You know, a piece like that is fascinating because what does it do? It sets you up for like success. It's supposed to get you hyped up. It's supposed to make you feel like you can do anything because you're about to go and fight Blanca and fight the others, M. Bison, right? Ken, the others. What's her name? Kimmy. And so what this music does is it sets you up. Now whether or not you like boy band 2000s sound with a little bit of Boyz II Men thrown in there, that's up to you and your personal preference. But I have to say, it does get you hyped up, and that's really satisfying. Again, lyrics can actually do such a hugely good job of making us feel and making us understand what's at stake. And this whole thing is really about you being indestructible, is it not? It's all about you getting the job done and going from point A to point B and getting it done. And I think that is very successful. Is it my favorite song? No, by no stretch of the imagination. Do I like this time period? Not especially. But maybe it's because my first concert was Boyz II Men and I was dragged there and then I couldn't hear it in my ears for about a week. But the point is that like this is really like exciting music, and it does get you amped up and it does make you feel like you're ready to go and get the job done. And for that it's cool. Next up is Blade and Sorcery. No one talks about this, but someone said in the comments that they would give their life to me if I requested it, if I put it on here. And so, you know, why not? Whoa, that's cool. I actually love that heavy. It almost sounds like a saw. Right, it's cool. There's a big pulse here. We're really moving. Nice timpani drum. I love heavy beats in here. Always so satisfying. Wow. Love that. The doubling in the horns and the strings. Super emphasis on that lower brass there, especially with trombones and the French horns. Ethereal choir over top, female choir over top. A little bit of synthetic music. Wow, that really caught me off guard. I did not expect it to be like that. the thing is like that sort of drive is really, really intoxicating to listen to. And it's the type of piece that gets you really amped up. Now, that could be for the gym. That could be for actual like playing Blade and Sorcery, but that's the whole point. The main theme is supposed to get you to feel something so that when you're entering into the world, you're like not just going in sort of, I can't use that word. The main theme is the main theme is supposed to get you amped so that when you step into the world, whatever emotion it wants you to feel, whether sad, happy, nervous, confused, worried, joyful, enthusiastic, whatever, like that's the point of these main themes. And Blade and Sorcery's main theme does a great job of setting us in the world and saying like, hey, we're going to push go and we're going to go in. And there's a determination in that. That's really, really, really satisfying, especially with those lower accents in the horns and also the fantastic choir that's doubled with the strings and with a little bit of that synthetic quality. It's like terrific stuff. Really impressed, really surprised. It's awesome. I think I'm going to skip Smell of the Game because this video is becoming incredibly long and just go over to Binding of Isaac. A game I recently started playing actually is because I like roguelikes and I never really have dabbled with it, but it's The Binding of Isaac. I know people like love this game and they spend thousands of hours playing it. I've never listened to the main theme, or maybe I have, but I've quickly glossed over it. I know, please don't throw tomatoes at me. Let's check out The Binding of Isaac here, the main theme. Wow, super bleak. The low strings are crazy. that was deceptive for me because I didn't anticipate that to sound like that. I mean, obviously, those of us that have played any bit of Binding of Isaac can recognize that the scenes that play out are very uncomfortable, very, very morbid, very graphic to an extent, very... There's a like a violence in it that is unsettling, and especially when you consider that you're fighting with Isaac's tears. Now, of course, I haven't played the Flash game. I've only played Rebirth on all the other platforms, you know, Steam and what have you. And so that piece is fascinating because it does a great job of putting us in a position of loss, right? Putting us in a position of not having anywhere to turn, being completely isolated and alone. And I'm pretty sure that Isaac is tormented, or something's happening there with his mother. I can't remember the details, but that music is very simple. And yet it's interesting how we have a lot of languid and full strings, but then we also end up with this momentum of like, well, what do I do? I guess I have to just do this, and like alone. I have to just do this alone. And it's very, very, very bleak and a terrible way to end this video, and very depressing. So with that, if you want to listen to more main themes, let me know in the comments below. Feel free to check out the live streams too, where we actually filmed this video live. It's a great pleasure to talk about video game music with you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and after listening to The Binding of Isaac. Thanks a ton, everybody, and I will see you later. Bye. We did it, chat. 3 was ambitious. 2 is good. I felt like we had a good bit of time there. I felt like we got to really explore some really good music. Some really, really, really good stuff in that main theme video. Very happy for that. Very happy with that video. Obviously, Smell of the Game would have been nice. Ni no Kuni would have been nice. The Last of Us would have been nice, but the benefit is that the benefit of that is that we have, you know, multiple videos, and that's really the theme here, is having options and having a large scope of, you know, opportunities for listening to music, and really the goal ultimately is to do a good job of highlighting themes and highlighting music and bringing attention to pieces. That's why when, you know, I saw Siberia 3 and Blade and Sorcery, I was like, yeah, of course we're going to do those, because, you know, what's important is not that we're doing just popular stuff, but that we're covering the fact that music's been around for 40 years. Well, video game music has been around for 40 years. That's really key. For me, what's really important about this channel is not doing pieces. Obviously, I have to play the algorithm game, which is why I do these, because more people will watch this. Also, hello, if you're watching this in the future, VOD viewers, more people will watch a video that has a lot of different things combined into one, because we all have different tastes. But if I bring you here with the idea of listening to main themes, and a main theme that you like is on here, you're likely to maybe stay and check out some of the others. And the goal is not to get you to click on my video, and that may be a pessimistic approach that someone might think by hearing me say that. It's not to say, obviously I want you to watch the video, but what's more important is that I expose you to something new, or get you to think about something you really like in a different way. That's really the goal for me. You know, the goal is to have us actively listen to our pieces that we enjoy, listen to them together, discuss them, break them down, go home, think about them later, listen to them again, and be like, oh, okay, well, on the stream the other day, we were talking about this, this, and this, and this. This is pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like, that's the goal. And obviously, yes, of course, I want more people to watch. You know, a single video does not perform nearly as well, because it's a difference. YouTube, unfortunately, functions in a couple different ways, but there's singular focus, which is just like hyper focusing on one thing. And then there's, you know, the tree, and then there's the forest. And the forest is really important. And it's fun to listen to all these different themes and see also too what the similarities and differences are between main themes or gacha games or depressing music or happy music or joyful music, whatever. Like that's really interesting. And selling out to me is not featuring music because it won't do well. That's why I also started packaging these videos in a different way, because it's really important to be able to have a conversation about all sorts of music. And we're losing it, guys. We're losing music. We're losing physical copies too. we're losing ownership of games. And that's why that, preservation is really important. And I'm not really sure who's preserving video game music. Hopefully someone out there is, but at the very least, let's talk about, music from games that's not as popular. Or, on my recent video, Non-Gamers React with Garth and Greg, I featured Gravity Rush. Some people were like, why did you feature Gravity Rush? No one cares about that. It's like, well, Gravity Rush is as important as any popular game that you like. So anyway, all that to say, like, it's really fun to explore this music with you and talk about, music. Yeah. Let's see. I think that's all I've got for you. Tomorrow's stream, in the morning, I will be breaking down my gameplay footage of Monster Hunter Wilds, and that will be for about an hour-ish. And then also after that, it will be looking at 2024's video games, kind of starting a little bit of a mental database for games that came out this year, listening to some trailer music, listening to some OST if it's available. And we're starting from January, so I don't know that I'll get through all of them before like Game Awards and things, but I think it's important to kind of take stock at what came out. And then in the afternoon, the same time that you were here, 2 to 5, we will be listening to selections from MapleStory, because one of my Patreon subscribers, Lenny, was gracious enough to donate quite a bit of money to my tier where you can request a full soundtrack. So we're going to be listening to that for several hours. And Friday is the Patreon stream. I recognize in the past, like I mentioned earlier, if you were here for the morning session, that I was prioritizing Patreon a little too much, but also I have to respect the fact that they do donate and help the channel in that way. So I'm really taking critique and stuff to heart and really starting this up. So I'll be streaming Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, every day until December 1st. If this is something that's agreeable for everybody and I find that it really makes sense, then I'll keep doing it for who knows how long. So that's really the conversation there. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate how many of you have been in these streams today. It's very heartening to see, and I'm looking forward to continuing the conversation tomorrow. So tomorrow we start at 10 a.m. EST, whatever that means for you, if you'd like to hang out, if you'd like to lurk, and then also at 2 p.m. EST. And then also the Patreon stream will be at 1 p.m. EST on Friday. All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a ton, and I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, you're welcome. I don't think I'm an inspiration, but that's great. See you guys. Take care.